Hello, everyone, and happy Friday, and welcome to your daily lighting critique. We've got a few videos to go through today. We've got Ayako with another monster attack. We've got Chris with an update here that I loaded as a video, which it's not. And we've got Gloria in her John Adams. In case you guys can't hear the dialogue if you're live, but the video recording can. It's Paul Giamatti as John Adams, and I can't not see Paul Giamatti when I hear those lines. I don't know. I really like that show. Anyway, let's go through these two, and then we'll take a look at. Let's just show you guys. We've got some stills loaded up as well. From Chris, we got Gloria answering a question from yesterday. And Mercy making even better progress. Man, that looks so much better. Okay. The one thing... Oh, before we get started, I did want to mention what Gloria... because this came up yesterday. Aaron was asking about AOVs and rendering in layers out of Unreal. And Gloria did a really good job of answering this question and putting the screenshot. She was... For her specific project, she was challenging herself to create everything kind of within Unreal. But there is the ability to create render passes and kind of AOVs, and she sent over this screenshot. I'll make this bigger so you guys can see. So this is, all the different, basically AOVs or render layers you can break out. You see base color, you see opacity, you see metallic. Also in our Unreal class taught by Jordan Jenkins, he goes through creating some render layers. And she reminded me that, yes, he does go through a crypto matte layer breakout too out of Unreal. So Unreal does have the ability to do this stuff. It's just, again, not the original design. It's just kind of they're reacting to what people are using it for. So it's very cool, and it does have the ability to do that. So just wanted to get that out there too. Okay, let's get back into our videos. Let's start with our John Adams turtle here. Let's see. So from the last time, we've increased the contrast a little bit on the turtle. We have, you said you changed the atmospheric colors a little bit to make it a little cooler, and to kind of offset, because that'll help offset the tree green from the let's call it turtle green. You got a little bit of shadow going on the cane there. Really, what I was looking for, and I don't know if this is possible. If you know what. And I'll let you be the determining factor on this, but really, because it may not be there, but really what I was looking for was like a tighter ambient occlusion type shadow that's right along the base. It's just like that contact point. If that's not possible, don't worry about it. But after watching this quite a few times this morning, I don't think there's much else. The only thing that I would do if I was you would just be to shave off the first 2 frames, or yeah, actually it looks like because the animation stalled there. But I was looking at more the visual difference in the water. But that's about it. I think everything else is looking good. Keep watching. Does anyone, there seems to be some more specularity on the glasses too of the turtle. It's good. Do you guys have anything else? You guys seen anything? No, silence is good. Okay. Are you guys ready to clap? Are you ready to clap for this one? Let's do it. Oh, Kat, you went off video, but that means you can do audio because you're going to clap. Here we go. All right. Yay. Great job, Gloria. Great job. Ruby got her microphone working today just for this moment. Just for the moment to clap.
Yeah. I fixed the microphone. I broke the video.
That's right. You're gonna be like me. You're gonna have like multiple setups here. You're just gonna be staring not at the camera when you're doing stuff. By the way, I just had a friend yell at me from my setup the other day because I met him for a call and he was like, "Why don't you look at me?" I was like, "Oh, sorry. Hi, how you doing? My camera's over here. My screen and everything's over here. It's so good to see you guys." I'm gonna get better about that. He's like one of those like honest friends that you have that tells you the things that you need to hear sometimes. It's great. Anyway. Okay, so for this one, We still have the tracking issue with the sky. That's always going to be a problem with just kind of like the feel of the shot. But ignoring that for now, building looks better.
I think the monster looks better too.
Yeah, he does. There's like you've got a lot more. There's more like bumpy detail on the skin. I think this time around, especially like I especially see it like in here.
And there's more light in the shadows because in the last version that the stomach was a lot darker.
Yeah.
This version it looks better because it looks like it's interacting with the sun better.
Yeah. My only. Let's see. I'm checking the black points on the because that was a thing. Yeah, that looks a lot better. The only thing that I'm thinking that I'm not. I want to feel a little more. I want to feel the sun. It's hinted at his screen right side here, but the second he makes this pivot, like. I guess it makes sense that his arm over here would be this bright because the sun would kind of creep over. It's just like, I guess it's because it's directly behind him at this point. I want to see the sun a little bit, like always kind of favored to his screen right side because it is kind of over there. And I'm not talking about like on the environment itself, just on him. And then the other thing is like there is this kind of, there is this light that shines on him at the end, which I think is great. It just needs some motivation. Like I'm just as an audience, I just don't know what it is. Like I don't know what's causing this light. Like is it a spotlight coming up from underneath? Is it because I don't basically there's no indication of that in any other part of the shot. So it just kind of comes a little bit out of nowhere. And that it also turns up, like it doesn't feel like he's getting closer to something static. It looks like it's something that's focusing and getting brighter, which makes me think it's like I said, like a spotlight or something.
Yeah, the only thing I'm seeing that it could be is maybe like a street light, but there's no way that would be that bright.
Right. Yeah, totally. And it's like if there was a street light that would like we're also seeing street lights that aren't on, so our brain's like, oh, the street lights are off. So I think it and it's also much like I could believe that it's bounce light from the sun on the street if it was a couple things, if it was softer and if it was warmer and it was a little less intense. And then I think that this let's call it this chunkiness on the skin is good. But it gets a little repetitive in that it's the same on his shoulders, on his chest, on his lips, on his neck, on his nose. Like I would basically keep, if it was me, I would keep it here on his back. I would, because the bellies of reptiles could be, I don't know why I know this, like are a little bit smoother, I think, in my head. I've been looking at a lot of animal books with my kids. And I think
they can be.
Right?
I used to write,
like I think it's like
they're usually smoother. I'm thinking
like because their bellies are a little smoother, so I think the belly would be a little smoother, and then like the face would be a little bit smoother, at least around like the lips. I don't know if lizards have lips. Racking my brain.
They have cute little lips.
Yeah,
Depending on the lizard. I used to have leopard geckos. So.
Oh yes, there it is. I was going through the Rolodex of images of lizards in my brain. And trying to like, I guess I've never. Their lips are just like a blurry thing because I've never paid attention.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think, I think the core feeling of the shot is there. What we're talking about is dialing in some specifics though, because this is looking really good. And I love the glimmer of the eye that kind of pops up throughout because it's like darkness, a little bit, glimmer of the eye. Like the glimmer of the eye picks up even back here. And you can see that before you see many of the details of his face, and I think that's really cool. But yeah, it's just kind of massaging these values. So again, keep the key light on the screen right side, and then balance this light at the end a little bit more, or give it some sort of motivation from something. So, any other thoughts on this before we move on? And then see if you can get that sky tracking to work. I do a 2D sky track in the lighting for animation class. You can check that in the compositing. I think it's in the composite. It must be in the compositing section because I did it in the composite. But it's the same basic idea. You'll just need to The thing is, though, is that if this frame is the entirety of the sky that you're using, that's going to be problematic because what it looks to do is to take it and lock it and move it. And if there's no pixels up above, then there'll be nothing for it to move on to. So you might just have to create something or find a different actual sky plate. But if I was you, I would try and extend this somehow because I think this looks really good. Okay, next up, let's find her. Yep. All right, cool. So we've got Chris and Mercy, and Ruby had one too. Ruby, you were... Why did I not... Let's see. I think I saved yours in the wrong spot. Let's find it real quick.
Did you get my animation, Mike?
I did. I think... Man, I screwed up today. Let's see. Where did I put this?
That's fine.
It's there. I grabbed Chris's by mistake. There it is. That's why. Let me load this real quick.
Oh, and Ruby, your updated version looks really good.
There's your critique, Ruby.
I'm looking at it on my computer screen.
Done and done, Ruby. There's your critique. All right. Get this too. All right. I think I tell you what, we'll do Kat, if it's okay, just while you're just loading, we'll do Chris and Ruby. Yeah, okay. Sorry.
No worries.
Chris. Okay. This is looking very good. I think his hair feels a little metallic to me. Like right up here, it feels a little cool. Yeah, it feels a little cool metallic. I think both of the top of their heads should be, because like this light coming down is like a tungsten warmer light. So I think we should get a little bit of that warmth in their hair a little bit. And because it's less about it being the skylight and more about it being the top down incandescent bulbs. His shirt looks really good. I like that we're getting a little bit of tops of these. Menu there. Reflections there. I'm just looking now at their fill values. I wonder if we can't, because they're inside and again it's kind of surrounded by all this warmth. I wonder if we can't warm them up a little bit on their fill side. Let's see. Let's just see. Yeah, like maybe something a little bit more into this realm would be good. I think that looks better. I think what else?
Their eyes look really good. I'm looking at the big version on my computer, but their eyes look really good.
Yeah.
And the skin and stuff. Like all your textures on them look really good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can I make a dumb note? Would that be okay? I think a dumb note would be I think the candle is too big. Like I think that because it feels like a big flame. It's a problematically large flame next to them.
That's fair. It's a fire hazard.
It's a fire hazard is going on around them.
Or they're gonna grill some steak on that candle.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And then I would just, for this back plate, I would just keep the brights a little bit brighter.
Okay.
Too, because I think that they could almost work as like twinkles in the distance. And I think that would, because I think obviously we don't want them too bright to distract, but if it feels a little bit clamped down right now. Everything else looks good. I think it's looking great.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man. All right.
You could put some meat skewers on the candle and just keep it that
size. Right. You can make it. All right. Ruby, this is looking cool. I think the biggest thing that I think is that the background, this white building back here, is too bright. It's I think like squinting at it, it really like this really like it really stands out as like the brightest thing on the image. And so I think just pulling that down, because really we want this to be like a series, and I keep talking about this being like a series of vignettes, like little, normally in a shot, like I said, you want like one kind of focal point, but sometimes with these environmental shots, if there's no characters, no anything else, you kind of want the audience just like going around the image and just kind of nibbling a little bit as they go around. This wall also might be a little bit too bright. but I really like looking at. Let's see if I did this. Oh, that's right. If I did this for a second, like this foreground looks really beautiful. Like this is looking really nice. The shaping on these plants, the softness as it comes down here, the kind of the tightness as it goes around here. Like I love that because you added this big painting, right?
Yeah.
And it's a lovely detail. And like I said, usually when I do stuff like that, I want to hit it with so much light because I want people to see this thing I did. And you've done a really nice job of just allowing that to integrate naturally into the space. And I think this down here is it's a little bit too bright on the ground, especially because we're not really seeing shadow from the crates. But I think I love the way it's like, I love the way that like now we're getting this thing where the colors and the tones are really starting to bleed together, in a really lovely organic way. So I think that's looking really great. But in terms of this stuff back here, I don't think I think it's coming along. I think it's looking good. It's just a matter of it being too bright, kind of overall. So I would just take those down, and then you can start to see that the ground is starting to bleed back there too, which is nice.
Yeah, because it looks like the stuff in the background is at a different time of day.
Yeah.
Because the foreground looks like early evening, and then the background looks more like almost like daylight.
Yeah. I would also
Just
take
because of the brightness.
I also did this in the paint over, and I forgot to mention it. The sky, I would make it a little less bright, a little less saturated too.
Okay.
But this is looking really good. This is coming together nicely. If you can get, do you see how there's like some nice specular hits on this plant here, and like, man, this stuff over here looks really good. It would be great to get a similar specular hit on this guy over here.
Okay.
Also, make sure there's some shadowing going on down there. It feels a little bright underneath that one too. Or you could just delete that plant. Either way, whatever's easier. All right, cool. All right.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Let's see. Mercy, will come back to yours in just a minute because we'll go to Kat's over in the. There it is. That. Yeah. Right. Cool. Cool. The one. Go ahead.
I just want to see if the sconces look better.
Yeah, they do. I think the cores can go a little bit brighter.
Okay.
But I think that's good. This shadow seems a little sharp to me. I was just noticing that, but everything else is coming together.
That shadow's kind of a combination of the robot light hitting her and the spotlights and the red light, so it's kind of like an overlapping shadow.
Got it.
It's kind of a weird one. I don't know if I should just turn off the robot light and then make sure it just turns on when it turns on screen, which is what I might do, because it's giving some weird shadows.
Got it. Yeah, but the sconces, everything is looking better overall.
Yay!
All right. And then last but not least, we've got Mercy here. So we've got the previous version. Put these together so we can quickly A and B. Update it. Hair looks 1,000 times. Like, that looks so good. Hair, the color looks better. The eyes look better. Shirt looks good. Let's see. We took down. We softened this like edge of her cheek there. I don't see any hard edges on anything. Everything's nice and smooth. And you ready? I see. Oh, Kat's already got it. Kat's already locked and loaded. I'm ready. You can tell by my pause. Does anybody have any thoughts on this? The only thing I was thinking, I think this shadow might be a little bit hard. Like it's a little tight. But I don't know if I'm just being dumb. I think just like softening that just a touch more would help, if you can.
Okay, I do have one comment.
Go. Okay.
Sorry. The nostril, there's like no shadowing.
Yeah, let's darken that nostril a little bit too. Good call. Okay.
Sorry, I'm taking back my clap. No, I'm kidding.
No. I no longer clap for you. Yeah. So
you get half a clap.
Yeah. So this is gonna be real janky.
That looks good.
Yeah. Done. Oh man, I didn't do that as a different layer. All I always hated. By the way, Mercy, you're doing a really fantastic job with this, and I should praise you for that. Before I say the thing that used to drive me nuts, which was when I would show something in rounds, and they would say things like, "Oh, this is looking great," blah blah blah. Like, yeah, just a little bit darker. And they're like, "Yeah, no, this is looking really great." And then somebody would say, "You know what? Like something like the nostril needs a little more shadow." And then somebody would always say, "Oh, since you're going back in there, let's do this too." And then they give me some like elaborate, complex note, and I'd be like, "Dude, like it's not like that. It's not like you're opening something. It's like, oh, while you're in there, can you grab me the ketchup and the mustard?" Like, no, it's not. It's not apples to apples here. So anyway,
it's like the kid that asked for homework.
Yeah, exactly. Like, didn't you forget to collect the homework? Yes. So a little. I would just do it, like I said, as an ambient occlusion pass, and then just paint it just in the nostril because I wouldn't really want to mess with anything else. And then see if you can soften that shadow just a touch. And then we will give you. And then on Monday, we will give you a proper clap. We will get it up in the Hall of Fame. All the things will be great about it. Unless anybody else has any while you're in their notes. It's the worst. Cool. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for joining. Aaron, oh, you're here. I'll say this again. So I don't know if you saw Gloria's post about Unreal. But basically, the question that you had yesterday about if you can break out layers, it's a yes. You can do like kind of AOV type things and all these different layers. Jordan Jenkins has a lecture in the Unreal class about how to create crypto mats in Unreal, which is very cool.
Okay.
I'm working on turning towards the camera more because I'm literally looking at your guys' faces on my screen, and I think that means something, and it doesn't. I'm turning and talking to you. And then let's see what else we got going on. Make sure you guys get the lighting challenge going. We're already the 13th into August, so we're rolling along there. We just created a TikTok account, which is we have somebody running a TikTok account for us, and we're making videos for that. If you guys are on that platform, check us out there. And I think that's it. What do you guys got? How you guys good for the weekend? You ready to go?
I only work a half day today. I'm stoked.
Nice.
Oh.
Yes.
Jealous.
Well, yeah. Well, Diana, it's like the middle of the night, right? You got.
It's all good.
It's all good. You are the most impressive. It's so impressive. Anyway, Aaron, enjoy your half day. Everyone else, enjoy your weekend. And you guys rock. All right.
Bye, all.
Bye. Thank you guys. Talk to you soon.
Bye, thanks.
Bye.